Okay, so we are live again. Something happened and my internet just shut off. So I switched off the router for some time, and I mean, it could have been that I had maybe I just overloaded the thing a little bit because I forgot that I had. Well, I mean, I didn't forget. I kind of forgot. Well, no, what I forgot was that it might put a load on the connection. But I had somebody else's live stream playing on another system, and that live stream was in 720p. And then I had another live stream playing on another system, and that was in, I don't know, maybe 480p. I'm not sure. And on top of that, I'm streaming as well, and so I think that might have overloaded the connection. I don't know. I need to see if I've paid the bill for the internet because that could also be the issue. And if that happens to be the issue, then I think that the stream might cut out again randomly. If it happens again, then I guess that's going to be it for today's stream. And I'll try again tomorrow after I've, fixed whatever the problem is. But for the time being, we can carry on. Um, Oh, did the music not start playing again? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, cool. So I guess in a way, this kind of because I did get distracted for a little bit there. We went from async I/O to multi-processing, from multi-processing to concurrent.futures, and yeah. So I guess this was a good way to snap me out of the little distraction. Okay, so we're going to look into socket. We're going to relearn socket programming in Python. More specifically, UDP sockets. Now, I have very specific things that I need to look at here. I need to look at how to. I mean, I've done this before. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so I've done this before. First of all, what I'll need here is the. I think it's just socket, right? Is there anything more? No. Okay. Oh, another thing I need to look into, which I have been looking into, dude. These past 2 days, I've been heavily focusing on Mediapipe stuff because there was a lot more that I had to do. I had to work out. I had to work out the logic for how I was gonna go about visualizing the landmarks that were being captured, the landmarks that were being produced. Because the logic that I had was a little bit flawed and it was causing some issues where the program would hang or it would display the data in a weird way, or there were lots of issues that I had to like work around, and that gave me the opportunity to revisit a few other concepts that I haven't touched previously. Stuff like global and non-local, two keywords in Python. Uh, the gist of it with global is that within a function or within a scope, I think it's more within a scope, not necessarily only within a function. Non-local is within a function, but like with global, I think it's like within a scope. If you've declared a variable and then you have a local function and you want to affect that that variable that's outside the scope of the function. If you want to affect that within the function, you can't just but you can't just set the value for that variable and expect the value to change globally. Because if you try to set the value, okay, let me explain. So let's say I have I have this. I forgot that I have like the coding thing in front of me. So why am I just explaining it verbally? So let's say you have a equals 10, right? And then you do def something, and you do a equals 20. And then here you call something, and then you print a. Now, when you print this, or well, when oh, did I not activate the? Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Give it a second. I don't know if the environment has been activated or not. I forgot about that because I had to restart my. Well, I didn't restart it. Windows forcefully restarted the system after some while of inactivity because there was an update that it had to install. So yeah, I had to wait for the update, and because I restarted the system, so the whole environment activation and all wasn't done. Okay, so this is not what I planned to do. I wanted to open this up. I'm gonna need to manually. Oh, okay, good. It remembers. Great, cool. So the environment is activated, and it's picked the interpreter as well. I think we should be good. If I run this now, give it a second. The thing is running. Also, let me move the avatar down here, just so it's okay, cool. All right, so there is our answer, right? It's still 10 even though we set the thing here. The reason is because like within this function, when you do a equals 20, it's a new variable. It's not the same variable. If you want to affect this variable, then you have to first declare this thing as global, and then you can make whatever changes you want. And after that, it actually affects the global variable. So like I've been looking into these, well, relearning these kinds of concepts again, because I haven't used them for a little bit, and now that I'm doing more complex scripts in Python, I'm definitely going to need to do that. So I had to do stuff like, for example, let's go back to this notebook and let me show you. So okay, I don't think there's a while loop here, so I can't show based on that. Okay, so with video tracking and live stream, well, with tracking in video mode and live stream mode, this one is currently in image mode. Like you can see the vision running mode here. With vision running mode, video and live stream, you would usually be running some kind of while loop where you're capturing your stuff over and over again. Well, not just capturing, you're capturing it and then running the detect function, or in the case of live stream mode, you're running detect async, and like you're just doing that over and over again. So image, I had to. There were a lot of like issues with my logic where I was trying to. So I didn't realize that some of this stuff was actually being done on a different thread, because the issue was occurring when I would try to when I would try to do cv.imshow. So when I would just try to display the frame, but I was trying to display it from the callback method. And I think maybe the callback method might have been executing on a different thread, because each time I did that, it would give me an error, but like the program would still be running. It's just that the program would hang. It would create a window, but then the program itself would kind of hang, and then I would have to manually crash it. Um, what was I saying? Yeah. So I got to learn quite a bit. Like that's why I was busy for the past 2 days. I was just focusing all my attention on Mediapipe and building the program to capture body tracking data, body pose data, but also being able to visualize it. The challenge wasn't tracking. The challenge was visualizing it properly. Now my next challenge, after I figure out the socket stuff and I'm able to send the data from the other system over to this system, and then I'm able to visualize it here, the next challenge is to smooth out the data, because right now the data is very, very jittery. There's a lot of like shakiness in it, and trying to do this, trying to capture body pose tracking data, it's taught me a lot about how the whole tracking thing works and the various challenges that you can face doing the tracking work. And I'm because of those challenges, I kind of also understand why dedicated hardware would be necessary for certain things. Like for example, because I'm capturing this from a webcam, it's kind of 2D. It's using ML to create a sort of 3D it's using ML to create 3D data out of the 2D, right? You have that, but then another way of going about it is having actual trackers that track your position in 3D space, or you have something like full body tracking in VR, for example, where you have trackers and you have base stations that are tracking those trackers. They have their own way of working. I need to see how they are doing their thing as well, because I'd imagine the trackers have hardware in them, right? It's not just like it's not something simple. There's hardware that's working with the base station. Otherwise trackers wouldn't be that expensive. They're not cheap, they're expensive. You do have cheap ones, like there have been startups that have tried making body trackers that were, let's say, not as expensive as what HTC Vive offers, or what, I don't know who else has. I don't remember if Index has full body tracking. I haven't checked. That's the reason why I don't know. I don't know if Meta still does the PC VR thing. Like they've been focusing on standalone headsets a lot more. But they do have body tracking to a certain extent. Like they have it planned, I think, or it's like in the works or something like that. It's crazy what they're able to do with just that one headset, that just one HMD, the one headset that you put on, and then you have two controllers, and they have managed to accomplish so much with just that. It's insane. They're using whatever how do I put this? They're using whatever area they can within that one headset to get you so many things. For example, being able to, this was a while back, I think it's still a thing, or they probably have a much better version of it, but like how do I even say this? Like imagine your VR headset, because like now you have passed through technology with VR, so you're not just looking at whatever is being rendered on, well, I mean, you are still looking at whatever is being rendered on the screen, but you're not just looking at whatever application you're rendering onto the screen, but you can also see whatever is being captured from the real world. So like you have both the real world and your application, and you're able to do that through their pass-through technology. And a while back they had this thing where you could spawn like an on-screen keyboard, not even an on-screen keyboard. I think they managed to place it like through AR. They managed to place it wherever you were sitting. Like they would place it, let's say, on the desk that you're looking at, and then you could type. There's no actual keyboard there, but you can still type because you are able to see the keyboard from your perspective because you're wearing the headset, and you could type and it would register the key presses. Like that's just one example of the many amazing things that Meta has been doing. Anyways, dude, I need to get back to this. Why was I talking? We were talking about like body tracking stuff, right? So I've been learning about the challenges that you can face with body tracking, and I want to see how far I can push this tech without having to go and buy trackers. Because I know there's so much more that I'm able to do. I want to see if I'm able to use stuff. Well, I have Mediapipe as well, but I want to see what else I'm able to use in order to, like, what other ML models I'm able to use in order to achieve tracking. Not just tracking. There's a couple of things involved here. Because, like, for example, if you look at Mediapipe, at first there's two steps there. I think first it detects the human, and then it detects the human's pose. I don't remember exactly. They're explained it here, and like even those steps can be like further broken down into various other steps, because like think about it from like a logical standpoint. Like what you are doing is you are giving the model the entire frame that was captured, right? The entire frame contains a bunch of things because it's a webcam. It's capturing whatever it's looking at, right? It's looking at you, but it's also looking at your background, whatever is there in your scene. It's looking at all of that. So the ML model has to, first of all, like segment you from isolate. That's the word. It has to isolate you from everything else, and then it has to track your body pose and stuff. So there's multiple models involved. Okay, now I'm just going on a tangent. We need to do this. Okay. Oh, yeah. Another thing I need to. Well, I've been looking into it. I've been reading more into it. I want to properly understand the import system, because this is a very good example of, like, there's got to be some more extra stuff going on here. Like, imagine this, right? I do import Mediapipe as MP, and then from mediapipe.tasks I import Python, and then from mediapipe.tasks.python I import Vision. So I need to look into, I probably also need to create my own very complex hierarchy of namespaces in order to be able to reproduce whatever I've been doing here, just to understand like how the whole thing is working. It's these simple concepts, right? But like you learn these simple concepts and you apply it in like a simple scenario and it's fine, but like I'm not going to get it unless I apply it in like a more complex scenario. Anyways, carrying on. So, socket. Give me a second. I keep opening the wrong window. Okay, there it is. So, um, okay. So we have functions here. This is the constructor. It has the family, it has the type, and what is proto supposed to be? Also, I'm not sure what file number. If file number is specified, the value of family type, and proto are auto-detected from the specified file descriptor. Oh, okay. Yeah, I won't be using that. Um, okay, so socket.socket creates a new socket using the given address family, socket type, and protocol. Oh, proto is protocol number. Okay, so I need to specify just UDP. Hopefully IntelliSense is working, I think. Yeah, okay. Well, I think. I'm not sure. So let's do s equals socket.socket. Do we have... Okay, so family... what was address family? It was socket.afinet. Then type is socket.dgram, I think. Yeah. And then the protocol number socket.udp. No, what is it supposed to be? Dgram, that's the type, right? Where do I specify that it's... I mean, dgram kind of already says that it's UDP in a way, because stream is assumed to be TCP and dgram is datagram. It's assumed to be UDP. The address family should be AFINET, okay. Or so and so, so and so, so and so. The type should be this. The protocol number is usually 0 and may be omitted, or in case where... Oh, okay, I can omit this. Okay, cool. Right, so that is our socket. Great. Now, within this, we have the... I need to receive here. So this is going to be received from... I need to... Wait, I need to receive... Okay, fine, let's specify the buffer size. I don't know what the flags are supposed to be. Why is this not asking for the address? Okay, what about... Okay, fine. Let's see what other receive things we have. We have receive from. It's just buffer size and flags. And it returns a tuple with the bytes and the return address. Receive into. Neither of these are asking for... How does it know where it's supposed to receive from? Am I just missing the parameters? Okay, let's do 3, 3. Is there anything more? No. Okay, how is this meant to be used? Fine, socket.socket. Okay, great. Oh, what is this? Oh, blocking, it'll create a non-blocking socket on... Wait, is blocking here as in wow. Hold, what just happened? Blocking. Fucking words, dude. Holy shit. Is blocking... Man, I fumbled so hard that I forgot what I was saying. Is blocking here referring to blocking the thread, or is it blocking specific to... Like sockets have like a blocking mode thing as well. When sock non-block bit flags are applied to type, they are cleared and socket type will not reflect them. Therefore, so and so will create a non-blocking socket on OSs that support this. I don't remember what the blocking mode does. Like, does it have an effect on? Does it have an effect on the the socket blocking the thread, or is like blocking mode something else? Let me just look it up. What is socket blocking mode? A socket can be in blocking mode or non-blocking mode. The functions of sockets in blocking mode, synchronous mode, do not return until they complete their action. Oh, okay. So this has to do with like blocking the thread. They're called blocking because the socket whose function was called cannot do anything or is blocked until the call returns. Wait, no. Does that mean it has something to do with the thread, or does it mean that the socket itself cannot be used? Let me just look this up. Okay, this is called blocking mode because the socket whose function so and so. Okay, a call to the receive member function, for example, might take an arbitrarily long time to complete as it waits for the sending application to send. Oh, okay, as it waits for the sending application to send. If so and so object is in non-blocking mode, operating asynchronously, the call returns immediately, and the current error code retrievable with the getLastError member function is so and so, indicating that the call would have blocked if it had would have blocked had it not returned immediately because of the mode. Okay. In multi-threaded applications, you can use the blocking nature of csocket to so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so. Under Windows, blocking calls are considered bad practice. Okay, so I think yeah, this has to do with. Wait, so if we set it to non-blocking mode, do we also need to specify a callback? Because like I'd imagine it would block the thread while it is executing. Then, okay, we can look into that later. For now, let's look up receive from. Okay, the return value is a pair bytes address where bytes is a bytes object representing the data received, and an address is the address. How does it know what it's received? Is it because I have to call bind? Do I need to call bind here? Or do I need to call connect, maybe? Well, I mean, no. Would I need to connect? I don't think I would need to connect. Do I need to call bind here? Hold on, let me open this up separately. Okay, so we have receive from, we have receive message, receive normal data or up to so and so, and ancillary data from the socket. Yeah, I'm wondering if I need to call bind. Okay, here's an example of a server application, but this is a stream. So this is going to bind, it's going to listen, and when there's a connection, it's going to accept. And then there's a client which also has to connect and then send. Okay. Did they give an example of a UDP thing? I don't think they did. Isn't this giving an example of IPv6? Wait, what is this doing? Okay, it's a different family. No. What does this example show? The next two examples are identical to the above two, but support both IPv4 and IPv6. Oh, okay. All right. Um, After binding, wait, no, this is for a different thing. Right. Am I supposed to, let's open up bind. Binds the socket to address. The socket must not already be bound. Okay. Um, Let me look up a UDP sockets example. Python UDP socket example. Okay, I'm looking for one on GitHub or even Stack Overflow works. UDP client server socket in Python. Okay. Okay. The server binds and then it receives from. Okay. So I need to bind then. What is it? Is it a tuple? I think it's a tuple. Yeah, I think it's a tuple. ADDR equals what does bind take in? It takes in the address. The address has to be the address and the port number, right? What's the fucking address, dude? Holy shit. I need to look at this address. I need to look at the other address as well. Wait, I'm binding to this address. Yeah, I need to look at the address. Give me a second. Okay. What is it? 109. Okay. I think so. I think so. Yeah. All right. It needs a tuple. 192, 168. I think it's 8. Fuck. I need to open it again. Yeah, it's 8. 109. Port 9001. Okay. So we bind the socket and then we listen. Right? I'm assuming it's going to block until it receives the data. Now, what is receive expecting? Receive is expecting buffer size, which I can give 1024. It returns a tuple. So we can do buff equals this. I don't need to specify any flags. And then I can do print buff. Now, it's blocking. Okay, great. So in the meantime, I'm going to write some code real quick on another machine. What's the fucking IP here, dude? Hold on. This one is 103, I think. Yes, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so we'll create a new thing here. Actually, I don't need to create a new thing. I can use the old thing. Uh, which one is empty right now? Oh, I could just exit out of it. Okay, so we can create. So we import socket, right? S equals socket dot socket. Address. No, it's family. Family equals socket dot ifnet. No, socket dot net. I think afnet. Address family net. Address family inet. Okay, okay. And then type equals socket dot dgram. Yeah, there it is. So then here we, do I need to bind here? I don't need to bind here. It's not a server. It's a client. So I need to do send to, and then I specify the data. I specify the address. Well, the address and the data. So buffer equals, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, and then we send this buffer, and then there's the address 192.168.8.109. The port number is 9001, and then we exit. Okay. Now let's give it a couple of seconds while it. A bytes-like object is required, not a list. Okay. A bytes-like object. How do I create a bytes list? Wait, bytes-like object. Bytes-like object. Wouldn't that just be like one byte? But like, what if I made a list of bytes? Yeah, hold on. Let me see how I do that. I forgot how to do that. Python bytes-like object. A bytes-like object is required. Okay. Yeah, because I know that you can write something as a byte using the just like B and then whatever it is, but like open so and so, so and so. Okay. I need to look at the documentation for bytes like object. I mean, okay, more importantly, like what I'm looking for is just like a bytes list. Uh oh, do I just use the bytes function? Is that it? What is that gonna give though? Okay. All right. Now, how do I convert this bytes-like object uh, back to numbers? Dude, shit, I'm running kind of late. I started late today. You can pass the bytes-like object back into list. Okay, so if I just do this and run the thing, no, not like that. Run the thing here, and then I run this again. That didn't do. Oh, wait. That's my fault. So this is a tuple. What I need is the first thing from the tuple. So let's run that. Oh, no, don't. Hold on. Okay. So it's running. Okay, cool. So we got our data. Okay. So I could set this up in no, dude. I need to set this up in a non-blocking way, especially if it's going to be used for other stuff. I need to set this up in a non-blocking way. Does it just handle everything for you? Like, okay, let's say I did like where am I supposed to do the non-blocking thing? Hold on. Um is it supposed to be non-block? It is supposed to be with the type. So what if I set this as non-block? Or well, use the non-block bit flag as well. Where is it? Why am I not able to find this? Why am I hold on. Would it run if I just forced it? Socket dot sock underscore non-block. Is that what it's called? Non-block. Okay. Hold up. Wait, this is only available in Linux? Hold on. Socket non-block Windows. Creating non-blocking sockets. Okay. What happens if I just run this? Oh, it runs. There's no error there. Shit. Okay. Wait. Oh, there is an error. It has no attribute. Non-blocking. Okay. Set blocking only affects the socket you use it on. So you have to add connection.setBlocking 0 to see an effect. Okay. Does this have set blocking? Set blocking. Okay, so there's a set blocking function. Set block set blocking or non-blocking mode on the socket. If this flag is false, the socket is set to non-blocking. Else it is set to blocking. This method is a shorthand for certain set timeout calls. Changed in version so and so. This method no longer applies. Okay, if the method is not applying that, then like what's the point? It does not affect so and so. Okay, the documentation seems to be incomplete here. You're of course right. I removed that okay, all right, fine. These answers are from 2014. Does anyone have like a more recent answer? Okay. So, non-blocking. Okay. All right. I am gonna carry on. I just realized I missed two of my hydration breaks. I was just so engrossed in this that I completely missed the hydration breaks. But yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be it for today's stream. I only have that much time to stream today. I'm going to carry on doing this later on. I'm also going to go get something to eat because I'm starving. And then I'm going to carry on doing research on this. I'll set up the whole mechanism, and hopefully by tomorrow, I should have something set up where I'm able to receive the body tracking information from the other system, and then we can visualize it here, and we can apply a smoothing algorithm. I can probably do that on stream. That should be fun. Um, I also want to look into multiprocessing because I feel like I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it at some point. Especially with like all of the ML stuff I plan on doing. I don't know I don't know which of the models I'll be executing or running. I don't know which of them are gonna be executing on a different thread. And if they're not, then they're probably going to block the main thread and stuff like that. So I want to spawn each of them as their own separate processes. But yeah, okay, that's going to be it for today's stream. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.